CJ, that's a third win in a row. That must be a nice Christmas present early under the tree for tomorrow.
Definitely very, very happy for the 36ers, for our players and our organisation. We had to fight for it. Phoenix came in and definitely the way that they've been playing, and even though they were undermanned, they gave it every crack to show just how skillful this league is and each player on their team is.
One thing that was curious about tonight's game was the different kinds of rotations that were thrown out there tonight, and I know that a few people were observing and seeing. Just what was your thought process behind particular lineups that were out there tonight, particularly with Daniel Johnson being on the floor? I recall one point where he had 13 points at that point, and then he was rotated out. So Just curious to know what sort of your thought process was behind all those rotations.
Trying to keep the energy high, and while DJ was scoring the ball at a great rate, it's making sure that, again, you need a break at some point. You can't play out the whole quarter. I guess early in the first 14 games, I played a lot of guys and probably overplayed them, and so making sure we got the energy. And even though guys sometimes don't want to come out at certain times, it's having the mindset to understand that the next man going in will do his part, and when you get your chance again, go back in with another, I guess, a great mindset to understand that the ball will still find me, and not just on the offensive end, but you're still committed at both ends.
You're a bit concerned the fact that both teams were shooting above 50% in the first half, that the defence had maybe gone on holidays early?
No, I mean, they made some tough shots early. Kyle Adam got them going, clearly set the tone for them. They were able to space the floor and do a few things that, clearly 32 points is not what anyone wants to see when you're playing. Even at home, and have an opponent have that sort of number against you means that you're in for a long night. And I thought we did a very good job to manage that, and definitely to come away with a lead at halftime, and then to come out in that third quarter and still maintain a lead.
And how's Ian Clark settling in at the moment to the club?
I've been good. Clearly, still trying to stay on Australian time, which is difficult. But he got on the floor with the boys a little bit yesterday, and it was good. I think our energy was high. I think everyone's excited to have him around, and he's excited to be here. He fits in like he's been here for a while, and I guess his knowledge of the game, and while I've only seen bits and pieces of it, I like what I see so far.
Now, Mitch, that South East Melbourne Phoenix team, they had a lot of players missing, but you're obviously under no illusions about how much depth they had. And particularly yourself tonight noticed that you took a couple of their younger guards into the post a few times and posted them up, particularly in the second half, and that really helped your team get the momentum going. Was that kind of something that sort of came out at half-time in relation to attacking the Phoenix's defence, where it was at?
Yeah, I think we just got to pick our matchups, and at times that might be me. At times we want to see Robo in there, or DJ, or Kai, or whoever it is. We'll just, it'll be game dependent and matchup dependent. So, I'll try and post up when I can.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, CJ.
Go ahead, Chris.
Mitch, first of all, how's the nose? Breaking that for the second time in recent times before Christmas wasn't ideal.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really fixed, so I don't know if it's broken, rebroken. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out after basketball.
Frustrating though. How's it feeling? Does it hurt?
Yeah, I think you get used to it when it's happened that much and it's had that much movement. It is what it is. It's just it is what it is.
You must be happy with what you're seeing from the team over these last three games. Things just seem to be starting to click, and to be able to add Ian Clark into the mix now and get Drew back as well after Christmas, you must be pretty excited about what this second half of the season's going to hold. Yeah, for sure. I think the guys are digging deep, and it's certainly not perfect for us at either end of the floor, but the guys are bought in fixing that, and we're going to stay aggressive. We're going to we've got to defend if we want to have success in this league, and we gave up way too many points and way too many easy ones in the first quarter, and then the second quarter we cleaned it up a lot and it brought it back in the game. So I think the group understands that, and we're going to keep sending that message from the coaching staff and the players on the floor, and we just got to be consistent. What about you, CJ? I mean, after everything this team's been through, to be sitting at 9-8 at this point and have those 11 games to look forward to after Christmas now with some momentum, and obviously with Ian coming in, are you pretty excited about what you can do over the last 11 games and hopefully playoffs?
Definitely been excited since I said we started our new season. going to training camp, try to bring that to the boys every single day so they see that and understand it and know that like my passion and love for this game, and I want to see them be successful. I want this club to be successful, and they're the ones that's going to do it. So getting that across to them and showing them every which way that we can do this, as long as they pay attention and are able to move the ball and share in each other's success will be great.
Bringing DJ off the bench seems to be working right now. Obviously, we know what he's done over his career, but it seems to be a role that might suit this team moving forward with Kai in the starting lineup. And if you've got both DJ and Ian coming off the bench potentially, that's pretty lethal. Is that something you'll likely stick with, or will you wait and see?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I think Kai coming to the lineup, it was something that I spoke to, not to him directly, but obviously he had gastro and sort of landed that way and early. But I did speak to Kai definitely by the time he returned, of him starting, and clearly him not being where he was at or where I thought he should be at, led to DJ starting early in the year. And obviously as the season's gone on, I've clearly made the adjustment, and Kai's made some improvements in the areas that I asked him to do. And we are where we are now, and I think both players are playing well. The competition is healthy at practice. Everyone seems a little more locked in, and taking the wins at practice it's serious, which is good.
Thank you very much, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
CJ, do you feel like you actually have that momentum that you craved all season at this point?
I think we're playing better. I think the momentum's coming. I think, like I'm not a surfer, but a surfer's catch. You see that good wave, and you're about to go get on it. I feel like we're about to start paddling. We're paddling in and seeing that wave behind us. And right now, I hope that with us being at home, us coming together with our group now, having the roster finally done, and the games that we have left, that we're able to, stand up and ride this wave all the way in.
And having seen what you have in the last 3 games or so, is it crystal clear to you exactly how you want to use Ian and what he can bring?
Not crystal clear, but clearly there's going to be an adjustment period again for our players. Right now you can see the minutes across the board and over the last 3 games, and they've got to come from somewhere. So, but how much can he take on board, to how much can our players, again, adapt and then all stay together?
And just last one from me, it seems to have been a bit of a focus, mainly from the eastern states, on how much you're spending in salary this year, and phrases like attempt to buy a championship. Are you aware of that one way or another?
Look, I've been on many teams, and you can talk about who's spending what money, and if you from last year to looking at the roster and where teams were at, and I can clearly tell you that while our roster, you can say what you want to say. When it comes out and you all know about it, then come back and I'll be smiling. That's all I'm going to say. But our roster, from what it was last year to where it's at right now, they ain't much different. And you hear that from GK, you heard that from Nick Mabato, because that is true. And I like to pride myself on just being honest and open as I'm talking to you right now. But yes, we've got some talent on our board now, and talent will come off our board next year as well, but we have to figure something out. But as of right now, we're not the highest team in this competition. But the teams that are high, they're supposed to win. And I know people talked about players' salaries and team salaries that should be out. I know the NBA do it on Real GM and things like that. We don't do it in our competition. And but if you saw all that, you'd understand where everyone sits for a reason. And I know Andre it was his pet peeve that no one knew when I was in Brisbane, that they saw our roster and you didn't see, if you saw the numbers, we were one of the lower paid teams in the league. And so to get out of a hole, you can overachieve and you can underachieve, and we all know that. But certain teams that should be in the top 4, if they're not in the top 4, look at them before you come looking at the bottom teams that struggle, don't have the pool, and you can see it from the jump. Where right now, we're here to compete for a championship like every team. And from where Kansas got on the board for where they're at right now, I like to feel like, stack-wise in player roster and talent, for where we were both last year and where we are right now, and even New Zealand, like, they've got cohesion, they've got chemistry. I like to think their organisation's great and their coaches are great and they're doing a great job. So everyone else that's in the mix, they're supposed to be there. You know, like I feel for teams because I've been down the bottom too, and every day is a dogfight, and everyone's looking for a way out, and there's no rock to go under. It's, you know, stand up and take it on the chin and understand where you can help your team be better and be a better coach and help your players be successful and learn from their mistakes and improve as individuals and as a team.
Does that sort of commentary bother you at all, or is it?
Not for me, because I barely listen to it, so I'm good either way. But the fact that you brought it up, I just thought I'd clear that up, because if you ask me, I'll talk about it, but I'm not on social media like that. So, and when I watch the games, I watch it on mute. Not that, no offense to all the commentators out there, and when I do hear them, and I know most of them, and I love them, past players, the guys that never played the game that are working in the industry, I like to think they do an amazing job. I like to hope that they continue to understand where the game is at, and it's supposed to put a game in a great light and not try and determine how certain things are supposed to go. But I know that they're trying to just do their job and play that role. But if you look at the great commentators from the NBA and how they talk about their game, it's always put forward in trying to help their game and help their club. Everyone will struggle, as we all have in life, and you have to overcome it. And the great people that overcome certain obstacles, you get to see their story and you appreciate it a little more.